Once again, this is a quarterfinal contest and features the Crusaders of Archbishop Stepinac and the Buffalo of the Villages. Let's meet the starting lineups, beginning with the...
You're watching the Geico City of Palms Classic on League Ready.
As the number 18 team in America by ESPN.
As we are ready for our fourth and final quarterfinal and the last trip to the semis. He's on the line between Arch Stepinac, the Crusaders out of White Plains, New York, and the Villages, the Buffalo, from down in the Sunshine State. Not too long of a trek for them to this venue here in Fort Myers, and a great matchup. All the 6th, Principia and Bartlett are already booked into Monday. We got one more berth on the line, partner. He's trained Epsom Max Toma. We're going to see a ton of firepower, it feels like, in this game. There's a lot of offensive talent.
Yeah, and three-point shooting specifically. I mean, both of these teams combined made 20 three-pointers in their previous game. And talk about Stepinac, obviously Darius Ratliff steps out the sheet. I mean, 7-footer, has a smooth stroke, super skilled, probably a future NBA talent. On the other side, you have Aaron Britt Jr., who's also very skilled as a guard.
So on the Stepinac side of things, you'll notice the notable absentee is Adonis Ratliff, the twin brother of Darius, who is also out in their last game. But still, this is a prolific squad. You got Rivera, who only attempted threes last game, hit 5 of 9, put up 15 points. Caressi, the Fordham commit, Perry, the Monmouth man, and then Josiah Jervis. Maybe a little under the radar almost, because you've got the twins going to USC. A man who's going to go play with Tom Izzo at Michigan State. On the other side for the Villages and Coach Colt McDowell, top 25 team in the country. Harley Brutus, who had 9 points last game, but you mentioned Aaron Britt Jr. is 23. He went the full distance in their win yesterday versus St. John Bosco.
Yeah, he plays with such great pace and not overly athletic, but can shoot the ball, highly skilled, and score at all 3 levels. It's going to be fun to watch here tonight.
Great matchup. These two teams have had to sit around a lot today because it's been another long one here in Fort Myers. As the starting lineup introductions are still going. It's Jared Thompson, so it's the Buffalo who are in white for this one. Where you get the day off tomorrow, those semifinal games, and then both semis come on Monday. And the championship is on Tuesday from right here at Suncoast's Credit Union Arena. Credit to all the staff in Fort Myers, too, because it is quite the journey of 5 days to grind through this. They do a tremendous job each and every year for now 52 years with this Geico City of Palms Classic. So our last game was a defensive battle. It was quite the struggle for both offensively. I think this one is safe to say, I'll knock on wood as we do it, that there's going to be more points, some better shooting, more scoring, and just a game that is a little bit more enticing and aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, that's the point. Aesthetically pleasing. I think both these offenses, when you talk about Stepinac and the Villages, run good stuff. They understand how to play with one another. They have experience. So I think even if shots aren't falling for either one of these teams, or hopefully not, but both of these teams, I think the product that you'll see in terms of the flow and the offensive sets is going to be a lot different in this game.
The Villages have 4 4-stars on the roster. Stepinac also has 4. They've got a 5-star too, though we won't see him today. So in terms of availability, we've got 2 squads with 4 4-star prospects. 2 top 25 teams in the country. Our lone matchup of the quarters with 2 teams nationally ranked. First look at the game, he's off the mark for Hurley Brutus, the 6'5" senior. He's one of the 4-stars out there, the LSU commit. A couple of guys, too, on this Buffalo team that just surpassed 1,000 points earlier in this month of December. 2 start for both teams combined. A couple of empty trips, 1 and done. Britt Jr. lines it up, knocks it down. Aaron Britt Jr., the number 23 ranked point guard in the junior class.
And that's just 5 of 10 from 3. I mean, that's just filthy. Coming down in transition, in your face. Love to see that start from this game.
Dribbled into his shot in rhythm and did not miss. Euro step maybe right into a charge, and he did.
Offensive foul.
Good take there from Thompson, putting his body on the line. And you look at this, it's kind of a secondary transition situation. You talk about the pace that Britt plays with. He's kind of surveying the court, not rushed, and then senses that the defense is back a little bit, knocks it in.
You give him a clear view of the rim. It doesn't matter where the shot clock is at. He's going to let it fly.
Pick and roll defense against him is going to be huge.
Britt Jr. again. More patient approach this time down the floor. 3 attempt from Brutus Snow. Okay, so through 90 seconds, we've got 1 bucket and 3 points. Noted. Caressy. Cycle it all the way around the perimeter. High level of difficulty on that jump shot. Put back effort goes. Isaac Caressy, the 4-star prospect who's committed to Florida. Team that plays very quick, side to side. The Buffalo maybe a little bit too fast for their own comfort, though. Turnover, and then Tomar Bernard picks up the foul to boot. And he's an uncommitted junior at 6'7", offers from Florida State, Georgia, Jacksonville. He had 16 points on just 8 field goal attempts in 21 minutes for St. John Bosco late last night, because he was 7 of 7 from the free throw line.
Good pick and roll defense there. Fighting through the screen.
Darius Ratliff, his first field goal attempt. Here is that speed. Bernard, the sidestep. Can't finish, and the putback dunk doesn't go for Ethan Beavis. Lob on the other side. They convert the dunk, though. Stepinac's got the lead for the first time. Dylan Perry, 6'6", so you miss a dunk on one side, you almost know it's going to turn into at least a layup on the other. That feels like how it generally levels out. Ratliff, the thing about it, too. Ratliff brothers, the 7-footers, they really stretch the floor well. And you imagine once they get to the next level and they get to Southern California, they're going to add on some weight, some mass. The next thing you know, they'll be dominating in the paint, too. Deep 3 goes down for Jared Thompson.
Thompson only had 2 points yesterday. Good to see him off to a good start.
He only attempted 1 shot. Sakuresi, excuse me, with the answer. His 10 points came in just 14 minutes of 5 field goal attempts. A lot of players for both these teams are mighty efficient from the floor.
Man, look at the offense they run. I mean, it's a lot of like college-style offense. 4 out, 1 in, ton of space. You got shooting all around.
That back Jay rolls off. But Stepinac was so dominant for Sarasota on Thursday. They won 89-62. They played 14 different players for at least 4.5 minutes in that contest. And now they are seeing the shots fall. Josiah Jervis with the bucket. He had 15 points and 5 assists in 18 minutes, 48 hours ago.
That was great pace there, coming off that side ball screen. A slight little hesitation, get straight to your spot in rhythm.
Team with tremendous depth. 13 of the 14 players that touched the court scored in that game.
Charge the foul, the Crusaders 10, Dylan Perry.
Dylan Perry picks up that foul.
Brutus is such a strong downhill driver. They've done a good job early getting him in situations off the ball where he can catch and attack. And you look at those shoulders. I mean, he looks like a junior or senior in college. So hard to stop once he gets into that painted area.
Broad shoulders for a kid who's 6'5", too. Big frame. Gets the free throw to go. 4-star player, the number 88 ranked player of the class. Him and Jared Thompson both clips that 1,000-point plateau this month. Our team has one loss. It came versus IMG. Last year they were 26-6. They lost the Florida State title. Got to the championship game, lost to a team we saw play last night at Calvary Christian.
UCLA cuts for Stepinac and just trying to get some post-up opportunities, take advantage of some of their size, get the ball moving from side to side.
Winner of this game is Bartlett on Monday night. Jervis trying to create. Great find inside. Ratliff will go to the free throw line as Darius got hacked.
Great patience there from Jervis. Tried to attack initially, brought the ball back out as take another look at it. See that kind of retreat dribble to be able to find that angle for Ratliff. It's good patience. A lot of times you'll see guards try to over-penetrate into areas where there's no space. It's good recognition of Jervis of getting that dribble out, get to the three-point line, get a good angle where you could throw the ball inside.
First free throws of the night for Stepinac. Ratliff had 19 last game, was perfect, 7 of 7 from the field. For a guy who's 7 feet, it's not like all of those looks were coming at the rim. He was 3 of 3 from distance.
Yeah.
Quite the modern day big.
Yes, very much different than Darius and Adonis's father, who, you know, really controlled the paint, a defensive specialist.
Early Brutus behind the back dish. Leads to a layup and a trip to the line for Kamani Weathers.
It's a good job of Weathers operating in that short corner, making himself available off the dribble drive. A lot of times you'll see bigs kind of just stay in one spot and almost congest the paint. That was a good job of getting to that short corner, moving off the penetration to make himself available.
Weathers, the 6'8" senior who did not score, just played 3 minutes late last night. Buffalo shot 50% versus the number 16 team in the country. St. John Bosco trailed by 9 at one point in the first quarter. Puts the pair, came all the way back. 165-59. 50% from the floor, 45% from 3, 74% from the free throw line. Very solid offensive outburst. Great cut on the other side for Stepinac. And for Josiah Jervis, he can facilitate and he can certainly score too with the best of it.
So wide pin down for him to come off and make a play. Did a great job of being patient off of it though.
Great cut from the corner, but the shot rejected away. There's that 7-foot length from Ratliff. You think you've got an open look and that window closes quickly. Thompson gives way to Britt Jr. with that first 3. Ratliff just tipping it around to himself. What a luxury to have that height and length. Let alone to have, you know, pretty much a replica on the roster too. 2 7-footers at the high school level. Ratliff can't get his own miss. Good close out from Brutus at 6'5".
A story about Ratliff when his dad was with the Spurs and my dad worked for the Spurs. I remember that both the twins actually at our house. We used to babysit when they were probably not infants, but 3 or 4 years old, and see them now. It's, I mean, it is truly incredible.
Or were they clocking in at it 3 or 4 years old?
Yeah, I mean,
that's the question. I'm sure the little chart on the door they probably have leading to the kitchen.
Right.
getting started at an early age. I'm sure they probably ran out of room in most doorways. Whistle goes against Miles Simpson. 4-star true freshman out there. That's actually early Brutus who will pick up the foul. This Buffalo team does play some youngsters. Simpson, a true freshman, came. Lee, a true freshman. They both played 9+ minutes a day ago. This will send Hassan Karesi to the free throw line. Good start offensively. 5 of 10 from the floor for Stepinac.
Karesi played with the PSA Cardinals this past summer. Only shot 33% from the field, 43% in the paint. And you talk about his athleticism, so wasn't efficient this summer, but has had a great start to the high school season.
Stepinac, a pretty battle-tested team. They went on the road, a true road game earlier this month in December at VPI, taking on taking on the 6th man. In kind of a literal sense there.
Right.
With the VI, 6th man. A fun thing with their game day.
That is cool.
Game day bibs in the student section.
Oh,
Step back jumper. Wow. Karesi with a difficult look.
Great patience there. Rejecting the side ball screen and getting to your spot.
Amley, the true freshman, lost it for a second and stepped on the baseline. It would have been true freshman to true freshman if it wasn't the turnover.
And look at this, it's kind of refusal of the ball screen. You go to the baseline. That's good balance with the footwork, kind of a little sidestep to get your feet under you. So even though it's highly contested, there's good balance and rhythm for you to be able to knock down that mid-range shot.
And Archibald out there, corner 3, and make it a 10-0 run for Stepinac. It's Dylan Perry that connects from 3.
I mean, you talk about this team shot 15 of 23 yesterday from 3. I mean, they've got some shooters.
65% from the perimeter yesterday. Just that unbelievable mark. That'll be the 5th foul against the Villages, too. So they left the starting 5 out there for a good amount of time, and now they've got deep into the bench. And they have not lost any scoring. Jack Kunkel, the senior, drew the foul. And he's got interest from Brown and Yale and Columbia. Notice the trend there. He is a highly academic
schools. There you go. How about the job that Stepinac has done thus far on Britt, making things really difficult outside of that one kind of secondary break 3 that he had. I mean, everything, you know, they've contested and made him get into the paint and finish over the trees. I mean, everything's been difficult for him thus far.
One of the best offensive first quarters we've seen from any team in the quarterfinal round. 21 points on nearly 60% shooting. 65% from 3 yesterday, you know, and they don't even get a shot off through the Villages. That kind of quarter, it is an 11-0 run. It was 10-8 Stepinac, and it's 21-8 at the conclusion of the first quarter here at our 4th and final quarterfinal from Florida.
You got the Villages right now, 2 of 12 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. It's got to be able to understand how to attack the length and the athleticism of the Stepinac team, and I'm sure that's something that they're discussing in the huddle right now. Maybe some different type of sets that they can run to try to be able to get more space, create easier looks.
The Geico City of Palms Classic is brought to you by Geico. It feels good to Geico. 8 minutes in the books, 8 to play in this first quarter, but what a start. The number 18 team in the land. A 13-point advantage. I mean, what's the route back into this for the Villages? There's plenty of time, but I mean, they've got to slow down the Stepinac prolific offense.
I think it's got to be a little bit more movement on the offensive end. Obviously, you have a great guard in Britt, but Stepinac has a ton of depth, long perimeter defenders. Obviously, you have the big fella in Ratliff down there, so you got to be able to create more side-to-side ball movement, get paint touches, create some easy opportunities.
Keeping some of that secondary unit out there for Stepinac. It's Jervis off the mark. The Michigan State man come a year from now and misfires. Buffalo do pick up a foul.
His first, team first.
Interesting call. I thought Thompson had a pretty good positioning on the box out there, but credit Stepinac for crashing the glass.
Jack Coco on 3 points in 11 minutes off the bench in their win yesterday. They break down this zone look. Dangerous skip pass. Leads to another open look. Strong rebound for Camley. Looking to run out, and they convert in transition through Ethan Beavis.
And that was a great outlet pass after the rebound to hit Britt in stride so that he could have that 2-on-1 opportunity.
A different look defensively coming out for the second quarter. Not a stop on the first possession. Jervis got stuck. And they get another stop, this time with a Beavis turnover. He gets the dunk on one side. Snatches one out of the air on the other. They look inside for Brutus. High shot. He was hit on the arm on the way up.
Charge the foul of the Crusaders 30. That's Elijah Novotny. His first, team
Look at this
first.
outlet pass. I mean, Britt doesn't even expect it. And able to get that ball right at the rim so that Brutus could flush it home.
I'm glad they rewound that far for the replay, because it was hands in the air, like, hey, I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, right.
And then it fell over his shoulder.
It was good awareness from Britt.
Bruce has 3 points now. It's 0 from the floor, and he is 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 4-0 start to the second quarter. They gave up that 11-0 run to end the first.
The intensity defensively right now. I love to see this. Stepinac is catching that ball almost at half court, but great offense beats great defense 100% of the time. And Jervis just attacking downhill.
That's brilliant body control. One hand reverse, and it slipped on the way up on the hands of Cam Lee.
It's one of those ones where you're trying to avoid the shot blocker, go off the same leg, shoot with the same foot, but yeah, just kind of lost it. You can tell that's just probably a shot that he's worked on a ton, just lost it on the way up.
True freshman, who's already got an offer from Florida A&M. Very young in his career, though, and reaching goes against Brutus. That'll be his second foul.
It's a good cut from Jervis. It's kind of like a matchup zone where guys are kind of guarding areas and passing one another off. So he cuts into the middle to cause a little bit of confusion of who's going to take that.
Patient and pragmatic and great facilitating from Caressi as he gets the bucket from Elijah Novotny. Swinging around the perimeter. Offensive rebound number 4 already. +3 in that department, kind of keeping them in it. They're trailing by 13.
Both teams in zone now.
make the argument you're going to get more offensive rebounds when
Right.
you're shooting 20% and the other team is shooting nearly 60. A lot more volume of opportunity.
That little hesitation from Brett, and then smart move there. Recognizes that Ratliff is kind of out of position and just goes straight into his body because he's not in the shot blocking position to be able to draw that foul.
Brett's first free throw of the night goes down. Fearless driver at 6'2". He's going right at the 7-footer.
Yep.
Rich got offers for Tennessee, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, trio of SEC schools, still with Florida State, Cal, and others. Another opportunity, jump stop, layup no good. Novotny in amongst the trio of white jerseys. He gave it right back though. Jared Thompson. Thompson with the blow by. Put back up and good. And the foul. Ethan Beavis.
Beavis is a heck of an athlete. I mean, this is, he had a dunk earlier and now crashing the glass, making another athletic play at 6'6". A wing player that's not afraid to get in there, getting his hands dirty.
7 points and 4 assists late last night for the Air Force commit. Back to a single-digit deficit. It feels like we're seeing a different team in quarter 2 and quarter 1. You mentioned the defense.
Yep.
Just with, I mean, plain and simple going to the zone, but the pressure's been better. And all of a sudden, they've already matched their scoring output from the first quarter in just a little over 3 minutes. A reminder of what's at stake in this one. We have Paul VI pick up the victory last night in blowout fashion and move on to the semis. Cypria maybe in the game of the quarterfinals so far. Certainly the game of the quarterfinals so far. It was a tight one the whole way. And then Bartlett with the win earlier.
Look at the Principia and Bartlett. Those two teams are extremely tough-minded, physical, going to grind it out. Versus these two teams that are playing, Stepinac and the Villages, more skill, really good guard play, perimeter oriented.
Right crossover. And a beautiful move down low from Novotny, who's got 4 of the team's 6 points this quarter.
Good job of Novotny reading where the defense was shading and quickly attacking towards the baseline where there's no help.
They hit their last 3 shots. Getting a lot of high percentage looks. That would have been another one if Novotny held on to it. And a turnover. And for Bernard, behind the back dribble. Fancy handles, but it's another giveaway. Turnovers for both teams. Hesitation in the drive-by.
It's the deceleration there. Kind of as you're 1-2 stepping, kind of fake the ball up, slow down to make the defender think that you're going to go up in that moment. Then you take that other step that you have.
Great step through move. Simpson with the hesitation. Pirouettes and puts it down.
The footwork in this game has been very impressive. I mean, you play off of 2 feet and reverse pivot to create an angle to go over your left shoulder. Sweet play there.
It's a freshman reclassified into the 29 class, 4-star player. Already got an offer from Mizzou. 3-ball good. Josh Rivera heavily contested. Rivera on the board. He only shot 3s in their last game. It was 5 of 9. That's his first 3 tonight on his first try. He does not need much airspace to get that shot off. Freshman against Simpson. Aces really starting to get lively. More end-to-end. Novotny fakes one way, goes the other. He's got 6 this quarter.
Novotny does such a good job of reading which side the defense is on. Even when his back is to the basket, he can kind of feel where he has the openings.
Step back off 1 foot. Wow, Aaron Britt Jr.
It's one of those ones as a defender, you just shake his hand. Yeah, I mean, that you can't really play much better defense than that. You force a mid-range contest. That's just a highly, highly skilled shot.
Sometimes you just got to say, you know, hey, if you're going to shoot that all game, all the power
We're going to live.
Yeah. Jervis got his man in the air, but didn't have his dribble. Rivera looking for his second.
Let's see Rivera continue his dribble. He had the lane wide open. I understand that he's a jump shooter, but you got to be able to diversify what you do depending on what the defense gives you.
That ends a stretch where Stepinac had hit 6 straight shots. Still a sizable lead, though, but all alone, 3 doesn't go for Jomar Bernard. And a timeout. The Stepinac team last year won a state title. Being from White Plains, New York, they were 26-4. Got some recent alum that include the likes of Boogie Flan.
Yep.
Who's just been sensational. R.J. Davis. And they have been mighty impressive. And you could certainly make the case without having to stretch your imagination too far that Stepinac is the most talented team remaining.
Definitely could make that case.
PVI is right there.
PVI would probably be right there as well. But, I mean, yeah, you look at this roster, I mean.
Depends on the availability through the Adonis over the weekend, right?
I mean, between Jervis and Ratliff and Rivera, Caresi is really talented wing that can score the basketball. Like, I mean, they have 4 or 5 guys on a given possession that create their own shot.
And we know it. In these high school games, there are 32 minutes. You only need that many. If you have that many guys,
yeah,
it's not like the bench are playing major minutes, you know, in tight games. Obviously, they went 14 deep because they won by over 30 last time.
Right.
But if it's close, like the matchup versus PVI, I mean, those two teams have already seen each other. Potential matchup that could arise on Tuesday, but we're a long way from there. What's been the most impressive part on this end? Made 6 of their last 7 shots. They're shooting over 60%. And it just feels like it's coming easy. Jervis lines it up.
To answer your question, I think it's the skill, like the individual skill and how they have individual skill and use it to the benefit of the team and make the extra passes. I mean, this is why it's such a good 3-point shooting team.
Thompson knocks it down. That's a big 3 in the final minute of this first half. And this is where you can get into the coach's mind. Just imagine him saying, hey, we get a stop and get a bucket and we get it down to single digits. I like where we're at. We get the trap. And it leaves it with timeout.
You know, in that possession, they try to kind of run a stack, which is very similar to having a back screen with the ball screen, which is a Spanish pick and roll. But because of the way that it was being defended, where you get a trap, there was really nobody available as an outlet. So I think you have to do a better job of recognizing that and kind of break the play a little bit if you're off the ball and try to help relieve the ball handler. Fortunately, he was able to get that timeout.
Stepinac, despite the impressive offensive showing, they haven't scored a point in the last 2 minutes and 12 seconds. It's Darius Ratliff without his brother Adonis, the 5-star, the #1 center in the senior class, the 10th player overall in the class.
Pretty quiet here. I mean, only 2 points, 0 3 from the field. A lot of times with bigs, it's can you do it from a night-to-night basis? The consistency element is so important.
Pulling from straight away and misfiring. Second chance. Does not fall. So there is a chance. Oh, they gave up a second look to get a bucket, get a stop, and now try to get it down to single digits. Brett Jr. Got it off in time. I think it was online there. 34-23, Stepinac over Villages as we hit the halftime break here in Florida. It's Villages team shooting under 30%, Stepinac well over 50, but an enticing game. And I'm sure a great 16 minutes to come in the second half when we resume. You're watching the Geico City of Palms Classic on League Ready. 3 of the 4 berths in the semifinals have already been booked. The last one on the line right here as we take a look at the halftime stats between the Villages and Stepinac, and 11-point advantage. And you can tell the field goal percentage, the looks that the Stepinac group has been able to pull off have been just much easier in high percentage shots.
Yeah, 7 of 25. A lot of the Villages half-court offenses have been disjointed. I think there needs to be a little bit more ball movement. The ball kind of sticking in Britt's hands a lot. I would love to see him get off the ball a little bit, but you got to give Stepinac a ton of credit. They've done a great job defensively, shooting the ball efficiently.
One more berth on the line. The winner of this one plays the late game Monday night against Bartlett High School and the Panthers out of Tennessee. There's still plenty of time for this Buffalo team to mount a rally. They shot 28%, but down 11 in a game that's going to be much higher scoring than the last one, so this deficit doesn't feel nearly as robust. And they've got the guys. Need to make it look a little more seamless with this offense. Hand positioning there. We're just working hard in the post. Drive all the way in. Ratliff was right there, stride for stride, but picked up the foul.
I like that possession because you get multiple off-ball screens, cutting action, and now that opens up the paint for Bernard to attack straight-line drives. Not a bad job of Ratliff sliding his feet, but just wasn't quite in position to avoid getting the foul there.
Bernard at the free throw line. First one's bricked off the heel. 60 points, 7 of 7 from the free throw line in their last contest. 1 of 2 from the free throw line today, and 0 of 4 from the floor. Just 1 point. He's a guy they need to step up too. Outscored 21-8 in that first quarter. They were much better in the second. A little bit to get their feet underneath them.
The Villages in an extended 2-3 zone.
An arcing 3 off the window. And it goes for Azan Karesi. That did not look good out of the hands.
Not at all. I think he was even surprised that that one went in.
Soft touch off the window. Britt Jr. creates so much with his team. Bernard, oh, with the literal answer.
The bank's not closed yet. It's not quite Sunday, so it's 2 banks in a row. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen that on back-to-back possessions from 3.
No, I don't know that you want to see it, but, but it evens out just the same.
They should count as like 2 if you bank it from 3.
That kind of felt like karma, right? You give up a bank 3 and then you make one on the other side. That's that neither team can really be too frustrated.
Sure.
Not the best shots, but
Charge the foul to the Buffalo. 0.
They're hard ones to celebrate too, emphatically.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do any celebrations. Everybody in the gym knows that it wasn't, maybe except like little kids, but everybody else knows that it was kind of luck.
I mean, you were a great shooter. What's your reaction going back down the floor after you get that? Do you feel lucky?
I'm just grateful. I get 3 points.
Okay.
Grateful and humbled.
Heat check after the bank shot.
I don't think that's you're allowed to say that.
I wanted to ask you about it. If you banked it 2 in a row, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
Would you be heating up? Trying to eye that third one. Oh, from the corner. Threes are falling in droves right now. Josh Rivera with his second.
He has such a quick release. So even if you're there on the catch, you have to come with high hands closed out and make him put the ball on the floor.
The Stepinac team, not only with the tremendous size, they've got shooters all over the place. I mean, when you've got multiple 7-footers that stretch the floor. Oh, there's the rebuttal. Jared Thompson. Stepinac, the last 2 threes they've hit. The Villages have hit one on the other side. 8-8 start to this quarter. And Ratliff cans one of his own. His first 3. This is his second bucket. But nobody can miss right now.
See if he can play with more motor in this second half. Seemed kind of fatigued in the first half.
Davis kicks it out. Britt Jr., no. That was Jared Thompson, rather. Thompson retreating and knocking it out of play. Well, somebody finally missed a three, but when I talked about in the open, you knew this game was going to have more offense and more firepower. We've seen that the last few minutes.
I mean, look at that. I mean, it's just a face up quick, and then he has such a quick release. How about that?
Jervis, wow. Oh, he might have hurt his right ankle, though. No, just his shoe came off a little bit.
His shoe came off a little bit.
He's laughing about it, the double thumbs up.
I think coach was a little bit scared, though, initially.
Well, just given how long those strides were. Great defense for Caresi. The Euro step, the side step, the defender. Thought he might have maybe tweaked it, but he's totally fine.
Yeah, just, I mean, you come off of a flare screen and then just step right through the help side defense.
Somewhere Tom Izzo's like, oh, not the Achilles. Oh, just the shoe.
Yeah, right.
Bernard all the way in for the easy deuce.
And I like the fact that they've got Bernard out in space and they're making Ratliff guard inside out or off of a screen and then having to close out to Bernard, who has the quickness advantage.
Timeout Buffalo. The Villages takes a
strong take going right at Ratliff, too. The hair just flopping up and down the Anderson Varijan type of throw. Already 23 points in really just 3 minutes and change. One of the highest scoring quarters we've seen at this point in the quarterfinals. 3 places booked, 1 more on the line, and both these teams want to crack it Monday. And a chance, we talked about this is a top 25 matchup, a top chance to get a Bartlett team that will come in unranked to that matchup.
I mean, you don't get many opportunities to play for championships. You talk about City of Palms, it's such a historical tournament. We've seen so many great players come out of and make a name for themselves. So, I mean, this is a big-time stage, and give these kids credit. You know, across the entirety of this tournament, we've seen some high-level execution, high-level skill. You know, we've seen a variety of types of teams in this thing. Just such a great event.
And it just feels like, you know, when you got young kids in high school, it's just like they're looking at this with less nerves and anxiety. It's more so the opportunity, right?
Yep.
To be seen and also to play against the best. This mid-range jumper goes for Josiah Jervis. In the double figures now, he's got 11, 5 of 9 from the floor. All 4 of those misses have been from deep, too. He's perfect from inside the arc. Pass tipped away, and last touch by Rivera. Rivera is an interesting guy. He's 6'5" junior. He's got tremendous length. He has quiet stretches where it feels like maybe he disappears for a little bit, but his points, all of a sudden you look up. Last game, he's got 15 and he's hit 5 threes. And he doesn't really need to take many dribbles to get that number or really do a whole lot. And all of a sudden, you look at his box score, he's had a great night.
Absolutely.
That had to be a foul. Aaron Britt Jr. to the line.
They missed Brutus on that one. Brutus set a great screen off of a pin down. I believe it was Britt. Maybe
2 shots. Aaron Britt Jr.
Maybe it was another guard for the Villages. Came off of it hard, and both guys went with, I think it was Lee who came off of it. Both guys went with Lee, and Brutus was wide open underneath the basket.
Britt Jr. hit the 3 that he just walked into in transition. Not really in transition, kind of a secondary transition. To start the game, and since then, he hasn't done a ton. He's got 8 points total. He's the only man who hasn't been subbed out for either team. He's a minutes machine, a workhorse out there. He didn't get subbed out last game. 5 of 10 from 3 at 8 shots, 23 points in 32 minutes. And the threes. This is just a tremendous quarter, and it's Jervis who's been scorching hot.
Talk about another guy that doesn't need a lot of dribbles to operate. He just knows how to play, knows how to put the ball in the hoop. He's going to be a great addition for Tom Izzo.
Kicked out of play. 7 of 14 from 3 after they were 15 of 23 yesterday.
That was a great screen there from Caresi. The two-man action off the ball, and Jervis came off that thing locked and loaded, ready to shoot.
Whole team just heating up in this third quarter. Getting way above 50% from the perimeter this weekend in Florida. When you shoot that well and you get this talented a roster, it's really tough to take this team down. But every time they've made a three, somebody's answered for the Buffalo, and it's Jaron Thompson on this occasion.
How about Thompson now? 4 of 6 from 3 after not making a field goal in their last game against Bosco. You kind of just get a screen-to-screener action. You get a double screen set for you after you set the cross screen, and he came off that thing ready to shoot.
Scored his 1,000th career point.
Jaron Thompson with the triple. He only attempted one shot in their last game, and he missed it. 2 points in 23 minutes. You hit the three, and now you call timeout, a chance to regroup and let the troops know there's still plenty of time. What's the number you think that the Villages would want to get this down to by the time we get to the end of the third quarter to feel like they got a chance?
I mean, you'd love to get it to 9 or 10. You know, to be below 11, to make it feel manageable with 8 minutes left, to see if you can really make a push. But that's where, I mean these guys are learning how you end halves, how you end quarters are so important because it can build momentum going into the next sequence.
What's the key for them defensively? Because the further they go out, the more that Stepinac can drive past them because they've got guys that could cut and will. But if they sag too deep, I mean, this team is just shooting the lights out deep.
And I think you got to continue to have heavy ball pressure like this possession right now, make them a little comfortable, but you got to have help side. I mean, that's a straight line drive to the basket. If you're going to pressure like that, you got to have good help side off the ball.
Caressi's got a game-high 15 points. He was a double digits, only played 14 minutes last game. That's a mighty late whistle. But free throws for Hurley Brutus. Dylan Perry picks up the foul, his second. Only player in foul trouble for Stepinac is Darius Ratliff, who's got 3. On the other side, Hurley Brutus has 3.
Between Brutus and Bernard, both of those guys are very versatile, kind of hybrid forwards that can stretch you out, have great athleticism, good downhill drivers.
Got the law firm of the 4 or 5 guys in that starting lineup for the Buffalo. The law firm of Brutus, Britt, Beavis, and Bernard. Jaron Thompson, the only starter without a B last name. 16-point advantage. Caresi all the way in, creating a wide open look. Caresi's just been so impressive, even when he's not calling his own number. I mean, that's just a great job of getting by your initial defender, getting a paint touch, and then dishing it out to a wide open man.
I mean, we've seen him in different facets impact the game in terms of being a ball handler, you know, getting the offense set, getting Stepinac into offense, crashing the glass as a rebounder, being a defender. He's just a really versatile guard.
Straight out of bounds play, straight away 3 is short. I mean, even the misses. So you mentioned this in the last game because it wasn't the case, but even on these missed shots, the execution's there. These are unguarded, basically, jumpers.
Yeah, I think that just comes from experienced guard play.
There's another quality look in the corner. I mean, it's 3 straight misses, but you'll take these looks any day. That's a deep one. It goes down. Jaron Thompson's got 5 triples.
I think Thompson might have found a gem nearby in Fort Myers and was getting some shots up because this looks like a completely different player.
And it sounded like they didn't need him last game. It was a very close game throughout. They won by 6. Well, today they absolutely need everything he has provided offensively. Creating the contact, but doesn't get the call, Josh Rivera. It's down to 13. Whoa. It's not a turnover you see every day. Caught in the air and under the bucket. It's just carry him right back to your own bench.
Yeah, he's trying to get that thing over the basket to the corner to skip that ball out, but just didn't get it high enough.
It's a slow walk back down the court.
Right.
That's like when you miss a field goal. You just feel like the only man in the building. 65 seconds to go in this third quarter. Stepinac has missed their last 4 shots and a little too much hand fighting. Foul down low goes against Ethan Beavers, the 6'6" senior.
All Stepinac guards have such great ball control. As they're trying to initiate their offense, they're able to take care of the ball and get into their sets smoothly.
Two, no. And whistle goes against Stepinac.
Charge the foul to the Crusaders, 0.
It's been the highest scoring quarter by far in this game. 38 points. Stepinac's got 20. Villages with 18. This is where if you go quickly, you could go 2 for 1,
yep.
Trying to get it to 11 or less. So that's the right idea. And a smooth move from Aaron Britt Jr. That was perfection.
He had great elevation on that. It's not kind of the marquee highlight of his game is his athleticism, but on that possession, as you get a blocking foul, he really extended and got up off the ground.
No points in the last 2:30 for Stepinac, but I don't know if we'll see that one again, but that was very close to getting the layup, getting a charge, creating the turnover, and then having a chance at the last shot.
Look at this. He kind of really elevates, understanding that the shot blockers are coming. You talk about Brett, he's a little bit more of a finesse, change of pace type of guard, and because of the athletes that Stepinac has, it's kind of disrupted the flow and rhythm of his game.
Both teams with 20-plus points in this third quarter. I think whoever wins this one, I'm sure they watched the game that happened earlier, or they'll see or read about what happened with the Bartlett game. Will feel pretty good about their chances going into Monday. Just
with keep them off the glass.
Good putback for Jamar Bernard. So it's down to 10. And they get the stop to close out the quarter. They've looked better towards the tail end of this third, but that is money. Right in front of his own bench. Hassan Karesi capping a clinical third quarter for the Fordham commit.
That looked like Kyrie Irving there with the handle. Refused the ball screen. A little hesitation into a tough contested pull-up, but that's the second time that we've seen him make that going to his right.
That looked like the difficult shot that Kawhi Leonard hit to win. Was it Game 6 against the 76ers a handful of years ago? The Geico City of Palms Classic is brought to you by Geico. It feels good to Geico. 3 quarters in the books. A 13-point advantage for Stepinac as we go to the fourth. Stepinac, just 8 minutes away from a trip to the semis on Monday and a date with Bartlett. His team out of White Plains, New York. We started the year with as high aspirations as any team in the country, certainly. They've got the talent and daring as Ratliff. When you can do that at 7 feet at the high school level, nothing's stopping it.
It seems like anytime he demands the ball or he's involved in the action, he can pretty much score at will or get a high percentage look at will. It's just, I'd love to see him do it more. Be greedy.
I wouldn't say he's had a terrific day today. He's got 9 points, but it just doesn't look like he's had to break a sweat. Pretty good defense, but Bernard works it around him and up and in. Just seems effortless for Ratliff.
It does.
Caressy fouled. Now that's a man who's having a terrific night.
Yeah.
Feels like Hassan Caressy can do no wrong. 19 points, 7 of 8 from the floor. The lone miss was from 3. He's got 3 rebounds, a couple of assists. He had 10 yesterday, but you look at a little closer to the box score. He only played 14 minutes.
Right.
And he was at double figures.
I mean, between him and Jervis, 33 points, 13 of 21 from the field, 9 rebounds.
Critical stop. The deficit's now 13. Miles Simpson, the true freshman who comes off the bench. They've hit a lot of big-time shots. Every time that Stepinac has extended that lead closer to 15 or 16, they've cut it down with a big 3. But it just feels like when they get it down to 9, they can't really inch much closer.
That's his second, team first.
Archibald was a little bit late there on the help, tagging on the roller. And being undersized, you have to be there early when a big is rolling. Try to take a charge.
Kamani Weathers has only played 5 minutes today. These are critical free throws. He's got 1 point on 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. All important opening few minutes of this quarter. You mentioned how you close quarters, how you start the next.
Yep. I like the full court pressure here, man to man. I mean, Stepinac has so many ball handlers, so it just seems like between Caressy and Jervis, they've been unfazed with some of the pressure that the Villages has provided.
Almost feels like a team where if you try to ramp up the pressure, you're playing into their hands. They've got the speed, they've got the athlete, they've got the ball handlers, and they've got the length to kind of see over the top, too. And that is a turnover.
And now there's Jinx right there.
Yeah, that's only the 5th turnover. And in terms of how clean this game has been, Stepinac's got 5. The Villages only have 6.
Yeah.
In a high-scoring game, it's had a lot more possessions than the last one. It's been faster in terms of the pace. Brutus had it poked away. Tremendous defense from Jervis. Jervis all the way in, lays it off at the last second, and that'll lead to free throws. Unselfish basketball from the Michigan State commit.
The foul is assessed to the Buffalo 23.
Jervis and Caressy, both of those guys are so skilled. Just perfectly executed 2-on-1 with the defense coming back. Caressy can feel the defender coming from his backside and just throws up a little shot fake, get him in the air, get himself 2 easy ones.
It was the 3rd foul on Bernard. Brutus is out there with 4. Missed them both, though. Only needed to make one of those to eclipse 20 points on the night for Caressy. I said he could do no wrong, and now he's got something to work on. Sometimes that's nice when you're the head coach, right? Game's going well, you've got guys playing so well, and some little thing goes wrong.
Right.
Hey, something to work on in practice tomorrow. Stepinac leading by a dozen. The Crusaders.
Good split.
All the hard work there, just couldn't finish. Chance for a 2-on-1 on the breakaway, and taken well by Jared Thompson. Well, we've seen so many threes from Thompson tonight. That's his first 2-point field goal, 17 points.
the issues as a guard. When you attack like that, there's really no transition defense because you're the one that's normally back.
They get the layup, they get a stop. That's going to be a charge.
Offensive foul. Charge to number 25.
But Jervis is looking for the foul. Looked like almost sounded like an air of surprise in that PA announcer's voice that this was a charge that went against him.
Seems a lot of charges here taken in this tournament. And I can kind of see where Jervis is coming from. I don't know if he was fully at the correct angle, like squared up as he was trying to take that charge.
Chance to get it down to single digits. And Bernard get it done. He scoops it up too strong. Looked like he was fouled. He was in disbelief he didn't get the call. No look pass. Oh, and Ratliff drops the anvil.
Get a block on one end, you run the floor, get rewarded for it.
And a foul on the way up as Britt Jr. will head to the line. This was scintillating transition work.
I mean, how about the no look? And Ratliff doing the reps.
Just when you think Caressi does something wrong when he misses 2 free throws, he does that and drops a dime while looking backwards. It's got to feel nice to be able to facilitate to a man who's 7 feet and can run the floor like the Ratliffs can. Got a big catch radius.
Yeah,
Calvin
exactly.
Johnson out there.
I don't know if I've heard that term of catch radius. I'm going to steal that one from you.
It's more of a football one, right?
I think it's
catch
important
radius
for bigs. I mean, what's a big's catch radius?
Oh, no, it works. I'm just saying it's a phrase for you steal it from the gridiron. Got to be able to borrow stuff. Point advantage. Only got 4 points in this quarter. After putting up 24 in the third. Slowing things down here. Patient Ratliff for 3. That would have been some rebound if Jervis came down with it. Either way, it's going to stay here. He got up there.
Gotta be careful though, crashing the glass like that, because if you're not in position to get the rebound, there's not a lot of transition defense, especially Jervis, who's kind of operating as the point guard right now.
Jervis skips it, corner, 3 ball. And that'll go the other way. Bernard had it poked out of his hands. Another opportunity. Get it down to 9 or 8. Well, that's actually a foul against Caressi and not just knocking it out of bounds. Team's 4th foul, less than 4 to play. Chance dwindling here for the Villages. Still a fighter's opportunity, and Brutus with the timely triple. Finally, they get it down to 8 with their 8th 3. Shooting 44% from deep. And Hurley Brutus, when they absolutely need something, figures it out.
Like there was a miscommunication on the backside between Stepinac, and it's just a quick, simple swing to the corner, and right in rhythm, Brutus able to knock it down and keep the Villages in striking distance.
Has not been his night. That's his first made bucket. He had 4 free throws that have fallen, but up to 7 points. He's been hampered with 4 fouls. He gets the 3, and 3:43 feels like an eternity. I mean, we've seen some great offenses from both these teams tonight. A 9-4 start to this 4th quarter where things have slowed down a little bit.
It's going to be how much can the Villages try to speed up Stepinac and make them take some longer threes so that they can get out in transition and get quick ones themselves. And then for Stepinac, it's all about execution, taking quality shots, getting back in transition if you do get a miss.
This can be that tough time frame, I feel like, for high school kids. You got a 3-possession lead, there's only 3:40 left. You can play slow, but you don't want to get out of your system and your rhythm because this team's better when they're playing quicker. The fine line between patience and being complacent. Up by 8.
We see a little
different look here.
1-3-1.
Yeah, extended 1-3-1. This looks like your Northwestern Wildcats and Bill Carmody. Corner pocket 3. It's early in the shot clock. It's halfway down. They hit a 3. They get a stop. And now what can they do? Can they make it a 2-possession game?
I think they're going to maybe try to.
Britt gets downhill, but blocked away at the last second. And now with 2-on-1, Jervis! Oh, he blew the dunk. Oh, that would have been something. He would have brought the house down.
See if they can get Ratliff and pick and pops.
Thompson, he's hit so many of those today. Beavis hits the deck, though, and they get the timeout from the bench.
Timeout, Buffalo. The Villages take
Holt McDowell, that was perfect use. Got a couple timeouts left.
It's a tough take. You're going against one of the best shot blockers in the country, and then the other end, Jervis trying to look off the defender and then dunk it. That's a tough play to make as well. I think in that situation, you want to just get the 2 points. You don't either make the home run play. You know, maybe if it's in the second quarter, first quarter, but when it's winning time, you need every bucket that you can possibly get.
Honest question for you. At what point, if you're a teammate and that happens to, you know, somebody on your team, do you kind of make fun of them a little bit for blowing a wide open dunk?
Not at this moment, because this is
after the game.
After the game.
Bus ride home.
Yeah, bus ride home for sure.
I didn't say it enemy. Now I was just curious because at some point you got to let them know, like, hey man, you got to put these in, right?
Yeah.
Had a chance for the clear runway poster. It's a little too close. If they were up by 20, I'm sure you can give it to them in the hole, right? Tell them you would have. Tell them you would have had that. Britt Jr. deficit just at 8. 2-man game with Brutus. That was a reach in.
Charge the foul, the Stepinac 10.
Looks like they're trying to get Brutus on a post up or Thompson coming off of a stagger. We saw him hit one earlier in the second half. Just able to draw that foul. Again, I really like the action that they had with Beavis and Brutus. One of those two in a pick and pop action and putting Ratliff in it, making him guard the ball and then have to close out. They've had a lot of success attacking Ratliff in space.
Brutus just 4 of 8 from the free throw line, but Bernard keeps it alive. Bernard goes in, blocked by Ratliff. 2 free throw attempts and a look at the rim, and they come away with nothing. That might be a poor possession at a critical juncture. It cost them late. They get a trap here. Caressi splits it. Ratliff couldn't time the jump well, and he lost it out of play, though. Down in the alley-oop.
I mean, for Ratliff's size, that looked like an appropriately sized pass.
Catch radius.
Catch radius, there you go. It was within his catch radius.
It certainly was. Britt Jr. all the way in. I thought that was clean live, but it's going to be a foul and more free throws. So Caressi picks up the foul. That is his 4th.
I think Caressi, all he had to do was stay vertical. I think maybe slightly extended his arms in the kind of at an angle versus just being straight up and down vertical, which I think prompted the referee to call the foul.
They got it down to 8, but they missed 3 straight free throws. Finally get one to go. This could be closer than it is. And they've made it a somewhat precarious lead. 7 points, 2 to go. Caressi with those 4 fouls. Ratliff had the mismatch with Britt on him. Caressi facilitating this time. They're trapping everything. Clock under 10. Ratliff using that court vision, leading to an open layup. The 7-footer seeing over the top. picked out. Caressy, we've seen the reverse of that a lot from Caressy to Ratliff. Hadn't scored in about 3.5 minutes.
Archbishop Stepinac takes a
But this is a massive hoop late.
Yeah, it's a good pass because you lead him towards the basket a little bit. Get his momentum going towards the basket so that he can have an angle to get to the other side of the basket and finish with the reverse.
Great control. He came down on 2 feet and then went quickly back up and spun it back under so you couldn't block the shot. A little frustrating couple minutes for the Villages because they get to the line a couple times, don't really convert much. Close shot blocked away, and then they give up a layup here. But for the Stepinac team, top 20 in the country, missing their best player. One of the few 5 stars on display here throughout these 5 days in Fort Myers. They haven't really needed them.
Right.
I mean, they've led the large majority of this one.
You could always use a 5-star. I mean,
you could
especially
always,
a 7-foot one. That's
not a
player in the country.
Yeah, not a bad thing to have in the crawl space, right? Quite the luxury, especially when those 2 are out there on the floor at the same time. Really doesn't look like a high school kid.
Not at all. I mean, I think I mentioned it early in the broadcast. I mean, those guys are going to be playing for one of the 30 NBA teams in a few years. I mean, you can't teach 7 foot and their ability to shoot and block shots.
Britt knifes his way in, but Ratliff comes away with it. Hard to not draw comps, given the size and the frame and the commitment to the Mobley twins because they're going to USC.
I think Miles Turner comes to mind as well as a guy that can really shoot and block shots. It's more perimeter oriented.
And you can certainly project that Miles Turner frame out too. Once you add on some age and some more time in the weight room. Soft touch here from the 7-footer. Got 13 points. You could certainly call it quiet. Been a pretty balanced approach. That should just about seal the fate. Caressi's got it right now. Stellar night, 21 points for Hassan Caressi, the Fordham commit. And he's got a chance to deliver maybe the final blow. Well, that's only the 3rd team's fault. Has to go a little deeper into the bench for both squads. So Stepinac going to be moving on to Monday night. They'll take on Bartlett, the Crusaders and Panthers in the nightcap. There's a decent chance we do see that EVI Stepinac rematch for the 2nd time in what would just be a few weeks. Be on a neutral floor, though. It would be quite a matchup to crown a champ. Britt lets it fly. Beavis still working hard on the glass. We'll make it a single-digit deficit. And Beavis again, that's going to be a turnover. This guy does a lot of little things, just the gritty type plays.
Yeah.
He's hit the deck a few times and just been the first man on the hardwood. No good. It's a 9-point victory for Archbishop Stepinac. The Crusaders get the victory. Caressi led the way with 21 points, but player of the game, Josiah Jervis, 14 points and 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He missed the dunk. That was kind of the only bad thing it felt like he did tonight.
He was the one who kind of just steadied the ship for the Stepinac team. With his shot making, ball handling, he's just so skilled. A guy that I think that's going to have a lot of success early on in his career, even playing in the Big Ten for Tom Izzo. And he's a really good player with a whole bunch of potential.
Tough kid who can do it all. He feels like a Sparty type of guy too. 6'5", but I mean, nobody's allowed on that roster that's not going to rebound.
Yeah.
Right? And he is just tough. in every facet. So there you go. 4 teams set. Off day tomorrow. There is no semifinal game on Sunday, but both semifinal games 6:30, 8:30 p.m. local time in Fort Myers on Monday night. Paul VI takes on the upstart. You could call it the Cinderella, right? In Principia, and then Bartlett and Archbishop Stepinac round things out. We could be seeing a rematch of a game we saw earlier in this month of December. So it's the Crusaders who are marching on. We appreciate you tuning in for all these games on this Saturday night, our triple header of quarterfinals. For Trey Demps, I'm Max Thomas saying so long and good night. Enjoy your Sunday, everybody.